Do you recall the days when MySpace dominated the internet? MySpace was popular before Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok were even around. You may add sparkling backgrounds, music, and that crucial top 8 buddies list to personalize your page. Even more popular than Google, it was the most viewed website in the United States at its height in 2006. But suddenly, it was all gone, practically overnight. MySpace lost everything, not just its users. What then took place? Was it just terrible luck? Is Facebook better in this instance? Not even close. Facebook was quietly creating a revolution, while MySpace was busy making money. This video will reveal the 7 wild reasons why MySpace went from being the most popular website on the internet to becoming completely irrelevant. 1. The soul was killed by a corporate takeover. When News Corporation, under the leadership of Rupert Murdoch, paid $580 million to acquire MySpace in 2005, it was one of the worst errors in the company's history. At the time, this might have appeared to be a huge victory, but it was actually the start of the end. MySpace evolved from a startup motivated by creativity and user input to a corporate product driven by quarterly goals and advertising cash. Making money off of the traffic was News Corp's top focus, not enhancing the site. Intruding advertising, pop-ups, and brand promotions were all over the website. MySpace began to resemble a spamming billboard more than a place to interact. Its core audience was totally alienated by this change of emphasis, particularly younger users who preferred authenticity and fun above corporate messaging. MySpace grew bloated and impersonal, but Facebook stayed neat, streamlined, and user-focused. Users departed in large numbers as a result of the acquisition, which sapped the brand's originality and culture. 2. A technical catastrophe occurred. MySpace was a headache for developers. The site was slow, clumsy, and extremely challenging to maintain because it was built on antiquated architecture and was full of bugs. The backend was unable to keep up with the growing user base. Links frequently broke, pages took ages to load, and profile personalization frequently caused problems. MySpace permitted complete HTML and CSS modification on profile pages in an attempt to give users more power. This feature quickly became a disaster, even though it initially sounded like fun. Some profiles included blinding backdrops, auto-playing music, broken code, or features that clashed so horribly that it was impossible to navigate. The experience was uneven and disorganized as a result of this lack of consistency. Facebook, on the other hand, prioritized dependability and simplicity. Facebook was growing smoothly while MySpace was occupied with fixing issues and crashing browsers. MySpace was finally buried by its technical debt since its antiquated infrastructure was unable to support its expansion. 3. People were turned off by the awful user experience. MySpace's ability to be customized made it popular in its early years, but it also contributed to its demise. Users might take on too much. The platform began to feel less like a social media site and more like the Wild West, complete with spam messages, malware links, and flashing GIFs. Regulations and filters were non-existent. There was spam everywhere. The webpage was a bewildering jumble of music advertisements, celebrity endorsements, and sporadic updates. Finding what truly mattered your friends was difficult. Facebook, meanwhile, gave usability top priority. Neatly designed, don't use widgets that flash. No sudden blaring of the music. Simply a consistent, unambiguous interface that made it simple for users to connect, share, and scroll. Because of this contrast, Facebook appeared to be a safe haven, and users quickly moved there. MySpace stuck to its antiquated, disorganized design, failing to modernize its user experience. It paid the price for giving up clarity in favor of freedom. 4. They were misinformed about the evolution of social media. MySpace misinterpreted its own mission in many respects, particularly under News Corp, which attempted to transform it into a center for the promotion of music, videos, and celebrities. It viewed itself primarily as a platform for entertainment and media. It aimed to become the internet's MTV. However, they weren't searching for a different entertainment network. They sought a sense of belonging. Facebook's emphasis on real names, genuine identities, and real relationships was a wonderful way to capitalize on it. You were creating a digital representation of your life, linked to your loved ones, students, and coworkers, rather than merely creating a profile. In contrast, MySpace placed a strong emphasis on identities and imagination. 5. Facebook was unwaveringly targeted and developed more quickly. Facebook was laser-focused, whereas MySpace was busy attempting to be a hybrid social media/music site. It carefully introduced features like photo tagging, news feeds, likes, and ultimately a robust app ecosystem. It all fit into a well-defined, expandable plan. Facebook also changed quickly in response to user behavior. It introduced albums after observing how users interacted with photographs. Timelines were optimized when status updates gained popularity. The popularity of third-party games led to the development of an app store. In contrast, MySpace found it difficult to innovate. It had awkward, superfluous, or ill-integrated elements. Patches and shoddy rollouts were the only strategy in place. Facebook had already done it better by the time MySpace attempted to integrate apps or introduce a better chat system. Over time, this disparity in agility only grew. Facebook operated like a cutting-edge tech business. MySpace functioned like a bloated 2004-era media brand. 6. MySpace didn't react quickly enough. After mobile killed it, everything changed with the advent of cell phones. Almost immediately, users switched from PCs to mobile devices. Social media had to be designed with speed and portability in mind. MySpace, however, did not change. Mobile app development was excruciatingly slow, and when it did happen, it was glitchy, unclear, and lacking in essential features. But Facebook prioritized mobile. It prioritized speed and usability, released slick apps, and enhanced the mobile web experience. It made an early and profitable investment in mobile infrastructure. Users had already developed new routines by the time MySpace made an effort to keep up. They were now browsing Facebook while at work, in class, or on the bus, instead of accessing MySpace at home. 7. They neglected the most crucial guideline: pay attention to the users. MySpace stopped listening to its community, which was possibly the biggest crazy mistake it ever made. Because consumers felt a sense of ownership, it grew in its early years. They were in charge, creative, and felt like they belonged. However, MySpace began making judgments from the top down as it grew. Instead of improving the user experience, changes were made to increase ad income. They implemented new features without consulting anyone. Bugs weren't fixed. Music was more important than people. The tone deafness of the platform grew. What its users wanted, or more crucially, what they didn't want, was not heard. Facebook, on the other hand, is completely fixated on data and feedback. Every modification, redesign, and algorithm was motivated by an awareness of user behavior. Conclusion: a digital giant's ascent and decline. MySpace failed due to a number of lost chances, subpar priorities, and cultural differences rather than a single terrible choice. It did not innovate, it did not adapt, and most sadly, it did not listen. It serves as a warning that in the rapidly changing tech industry, prior achievements are meaningless if you are unable to adapt. Remember that MySpace felt invincible too the next time a tech titan does. Let us know in the comments what you think about the insane reason that MySpace lost everything. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating content on our YouTube channel.